Hey everybody, it's Annette doing part 4 of 4, preparing mentally, physically, and spiritually for fall, winter 2025. I just had to stop the earlier video that I tried, and if there's ever a way I can figure out how to do outtakes. I had it in what I thought was the perfect spot, and then the sun came out, was cooking my head. And then I'm like trying to find a shady spot in the yard, and I'm on a slope, so probably any minute now this tripod's going to topple over. So hope y'all don't fall with me. We'll see where this goes. But I wanted to talk about preparing spiritually, and the days getting shorter, and all the busyness of the holidays that come up, and just literally everything. Fall and winter can be difficult for a lot of reasons, but how do we stay connected spiritually? And I think definitely one thing, and not trying to sound like everybody else who says it, but definitely reading the Bible. And if you're not into reading the Bible, I like reading start to finish, but there's also times like I'm looking for specific verses. I think Psalms is a really good go-to. They're small, they're bite-sized portions, they're not too complicated, and I think we're all familiar with the 23rd Psalm, which is very, very beautiful. So, and it doesn't even have to be the Bible. It could be a book by someone who inspires you. It'd be daily devotionals. Everywhere you go, they're laying around on a counter where you can read one a day, and it gives you like a piece of somebody's life story or a small lesson in there. And then it'll give you something to ponder on and meditate on, and also recommended scriptures to go to. So reading is one way to do that. Another way to connect spiritually is whether we're bound inside with the weather, or if we get sick, because we're coming into the flu season. We've already been there. People are starting to get really sick. If you have a place that you know that streams, and if not, you can always pull up something on YouTube. I like pulling up Billy Graham videos. He was so profound, such a strong presence in this world, and meant so much to so many different people. I like pulling up some of Billy Graham's old sermons, but if you have live streaming, I found 2020. I'm not even going to even say that word, because this is our safe place, and we're just not going to corrupt it with saying that word. But during the difficult years, when things were closed down and I felt so disconnected and was really just not in a good place, at least we had streaming, and I felt somewhat connected from that. And then when I'm sick at home or traveling, just turning it on and hearing my pastor, and then seeing the people in the choir I know. I seeing my friends. I can't be there in person because I may be sick or I may be traveling. That just kind of connects me back home. And another thing I'd like to recommend is we can get like really consumed in our busyness in these upcoming seasons and weeks. I think one of the things that helps me is trying to redirect some of that off of me and maybe focus on something else. Like, for example, you could volunteer somewhere, or you could donate to a cause that you feel passionate about. Now, this is the one thing I want you to remember, not to get down a rabbit hole, because when you have anxiety and you have this opportunity, that opportunity, all these different opportunities coming to you, it's easy just to get deer in the headlights and do nothing. So what I've been doing for the past at least 5 years, I pick one or two one or two that really, really mean a lot to me to donate and dedicate money or time to. I can't nickel and dime 100 different causes, and that's me. You may be different in how you handle that, but I just get overwhelmed. I can't look at every single person needing help and I can't do anything about that. That will add to your depression. I know it would add to mine. So I focus on dedicate on one or two and then focus on that and do something with that. And regardless of what it is, that's between me and God. As it is for you too. I mean, you're welcome to put what you want in the comments, but I kind of like to keep it private. I do have recommendations. Our animal rescue, we do a bake sale once a year. So if you have a local organization that has bake sales or needs donated items or something like that, if you're skilled at something, bake a cake, bake a pie, bake cookies. If you like the shoe boxes for Samaritan's Purse, you can either fill a shoebox or you can go online and pay the postage for those boxes because that gets expensive. And that helps out a lot. So then you don't have to worry about going to the store, don't have to worry about packing it. All you have to do is send the money and you're sponsoring a box and making sure it gets overseas. Locally, there are a gazillion local opportunities. Look to see where in your community, schools, churches, nonprofit organizations are collecting for children who need a little something extra this Christmas and work on those. Do not focus on, and I've seen negative videos too, where people complain. There was like a whole video series or compilation or whatever, however you say that word, about people who were complaining about what they got or what people were asking for on the angel tree, or people complaining about what they got or whatever. You're not forced to buy what's on there. If you pick up the card and it's not something that's in your budget, then put it back on the tree or either give a gift card towards that item. We are not, many of us, myself included, are not rolling around in money like Daddy Warbucks. Starbucks is the coffee. Y'all, just overlook me. We're not usually loaded with money. So the people that I did hear saying, this person wants a PS2. Okay, you got to think from a kid's standpoint, okay? If they're filling out the card, and I don't know if their parents are helping them or what. It depends how old they are, I guess. I don't know the process. I've never been on that side where I had to fill those out for my own children. I've had to do other things before, after my first marriage failed, to help with food and things, but I've never been on that side. So give them some grace. It may be that it's a kid filling out the card and that kid doesn't know. Kids don't understand expenses. Parents teach them that, but like if you're thinking about something you really, really want and you don't have a lot, you put it down there. So I just say, let's give people grace. And if it is something, if that is a way you decide to help, and if you pick up a card and you're going, no way, it's fine. Either split the gift with 5 other coworkers, put the card back on the tree and pick another card, or you decide what you want to do. You don't have to. You're not obligated. You can look at the card and put it back and walk away and determine, that's not for me. I want to do something else. But I think giving of ourselves in even a tiny capacity during the holidays helps take some of that off. We're not focused on all the, what's going on in our heads, because these are busy places. Our heads are very busy all the time. It helps take some of that and send it in another direction, a good positive direction. So again, prayer, meditation, listening to, there's some YouTube things that I've heard. I like starting my day. There's some that are like early morning prayers or words of affirmation or something. That way, when you first listen, your very first video of the day, you're not deep diving into the horrible things that are happening in the world. You're starting off with prayer or kind words or something like that. And that's helped me before. Sometimes just listening to them, they're like maybe 10, 15 minutes or something like that. Listening to a brief video, put in my Bluetooth, and then go around doing whatever I'm doing in the morning and listen to that instead of listening to the world is ending stuff. That's not going to help any of us when we're trying to navigate through seasons, and again, especially with fall and winter. So those are some of my things that help me, and you're welcome to put in the comments things that help you. Those are the things that help me feel connected spiritually and connected to other humans during times when it gets just super busy and I don't have enough to do because I can't get outside like I want to. And then there's more space in the net's head for stuff to go on. So I hope this helps you. I hope today finds you happy and healthy. And as always, I love you. Take care. And we'll talk to y'all later.